If you've seen my other videos, I've mostly covered occult topics like angels, demons, and so on. But in this video, we're going to cover something a bit different. If you couldn't guess by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be talking about one of the most out there UFO cults. Ever since the Roswell incident in 1947, people have been obsessed with unidentified flying objects and aliens. This has led some to begin practicing UFO religions, or UFO cults, with the most notorious being Scientology. And ever since the US government decided to acknowledge the existence of UFOs in US airspace earlier this year, the UFO phenomena has gotten a resurgence on YouTube. But we're not talking about the mainstream UFO stuff. That's boring. Instead, we're going to be looking at something more obscure and more insane.
Greetings, people of the Earth. My name is Tukur. I am part of an alliance called Grukviknir.
That's right. We're talking about my boy Tukur, also known as Jesus Christ, Ambassador to Earth of the Grukviknir Alliance. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in hearing about, then let me stop wasting your time and let's get into one of the weirdest rabbit holes I have ever come across online. The Hucolo community. I first learned of the Hucolo community a few years back. I was working a job where we had to handle the maintenance request calls for tenants across multiple rental properties. It was a typical call center job, overworked and underpaid, not to mention having to deal with some of the most absurd requests of my life. But one of the most memorable recurring callers that I ever got was an older woman who had diagnosed schizophrenia. She lived alone and was on government assistance, and would occasionally call the maintenance line just to go on a rant to whoever was unfortunate enough to get the call. Whenever someone took the call, it was almost always followed by some kind of crazy out there story. She often complained about invisible goats that stalked her at night. I'm going to go ahead and put a picture up of one of our maintenance requests from her about this. And of course, she also had an infamous feud with the on-site maintenance technician, who doesn't actually exist. And while the stuff she said was funny to whoever it was taking the call at the time, it was always followed by the grim reality that she lives a very dark and sad life. And it was during one of her calls that I handled that I first learned of the Hucolo community. Apparently, one of her caretakers had restricted her access to the internet, as she had lost money to some kind of scam. I decided to check out this scam site, and that's what it was. None other than the Hucolo website. I'm surprised that even to this day, nobody has covered this website. And since I've got this channel right now where I talk about weird stuff, I figured I should end that now. So, what exactly is the Hucolo community? To summarize, the Hucolo community is both a website and a YouTube channel that is allegedly the front-facing human allies of a larger alien conspiracy. This conspiracy draws on various different alien conspiracies, like ancient aliens, the reptilians, and so on. The main difference, though, is that the Hucolo aliens claim to be benevolent, allies or friends of humanity. Starting with the name Hucolo, which is a combination of the words human and colony, the lore and history of this alien cult is interesting to say the least. In reality, though, the Hucolo community is the brainchild of a man named Jim Charles. Jim is what I would best describe as a con man, and at worst, an outright cult leader. He seemingly got his start as a would-be spirit medium. He would channel, which is to allow some spirit or entity to possess or to speak through you as a means of communication with that spirit or entity. And at some point, he got involved with some of the various alien conspiracy theorists, and transitioned from channeling the dead to channeling aliens. To be honest, when watching his videos, it's hard to tell whether he actually believes in any of what he's talking about or not. Speaking of which, let's look at his YouTube channel. Looking at the Hucolo YouTube channel, there are two main types of videos on the channel. The small number of videos that are just Jim and friends and their spirit channeling, and the second being their extensive archive of webinars. In his channeling videos, Jim claims to speak for all manner of aliens, as well as Jesus, the angels, the prophet Elijah, Gandhi, former President LBJ, and of course, Tukur the Lyran. Tukur is someone we'll talk about much later, but for now, Tukur is a Lyran, which is basically a race of alien catmen. According to the Hucolo lore, Tukur is one of the ambassadors to Earth for something called the Grukviknir Alliance. More on that later. And he's also technically Jesus, Moses, and Elijah, and also exists in the fourth dimension. But of course, the video lore is odd to say the least, and seemingly contradicts the website's lore, but We'll have to look at the website for more information on that. And I'm pretty sure it's better explained in the literal thousands of hours of videos across the channel. I'm not joking. They have hundreds of hour-plus long videos of archived live streams. And to get a grasp of what these live streams are like, let me just play you a small clip.
Can I go?
Yes.
Rani yasaki nananaki hasayawani yasaki juararara nuarararani yasushuguanana shaya wa 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 na 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 do 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 ari ani 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 wasi shu 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 wa 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 ki na 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 ro ra 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 ki ra 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 na 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 shu 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 da da.
The future welcomes you.
Truly the words of an enlightened being. But that was just from one of the channeling videos. Like I said, a majority of the videos on the channel are webinars, or online seminars, meaning classes that you have to pay to be a part of. The videos themselves are free, but to be on the panel to ask your questions to Jesus or to Kerr, you have to pay Jim and the Hucolo community money. How much money? Well, according to the website, the current rate is $10 a month. It seems to me that this is where a majority of the money for this operation comes from. At its core, I believe the Hucolo community is functionally a webinar scam, selling people a course that promises big value but doesn't deliver. In most cases, people do it with cryptocurrency or some other pyramid scheme, but the Hucolo community promises salvation in a very strange way. And that's what makes me also think it's cult-like. And unfortunately, they seem to target individuals who aren't as mentally capable to see the scam, like the schizophrenic woman I talked about at the beginning of the video. But that's just my speculation. I'm open to arguments, so let's check out their website, and maybe they can convince me to see them in a different light. So, looking at the Hucolo front page, and right off the bat I see that the recent pages haven't been updated since 2020. That's always a good sign. But look, they're still taking signups for their gathering in August of 2024. Only $695. What a deal. Let's see, hybrid children, DNA infusions, 6 different colonies. There's just so much to go on here, but maybe we can find some better idea of who they are if we look at their About Us page. Welcome. We're an open-minded, open-hearted community of light workers, channelers, and awakened souls assisting each other in traversing the spiritual pathways. Our intention is to help raise the vibrations of this planet and humanity's collective consciousness. We work with Gurk Fitnir, an alliance of benevolent extraterrestrials who have been assisting our planet with stabilizing severe weather, magnetic poles, and more. They've established colonies in the stars to help us in our individual and collective spiritual growth. They're teaching us telepathy, healing, galactic Reiki, channeling, and more. Gurk Fitnir and other star alliances understand Earth is on the path to ascension. They're actually working towards establishing first open contact with our galactic families. Once we are ready ourselves as a collective, by working together, raising the frequencies, and rediscovering our true selves connection to all, we're able to help quicken our planetary ascension. Please read our mission statement to see a breakdown of what we stand for. Welcome to the Hucolo community. Gurk Fitnir includes the following civilizations: Yael, Pleiadians, Lyrans, Arcturians, Fendorians, Syrians, and Lashuta, also known as friendly reptilians. Our purpose is awakening of the humanity. Until now, we achieved much process using only volunteers' help. The financial support would allow us to awaken radically more people and to connect these people in a tighter network. We are in contact with extraterrestrials and angels via telepathic contact called channeling. Our community has 11 channelers, and the number of channelers is growing. We teach people channeling, telepathy, and energy healing. The art of channeling is ancient, and we are bringing it to the public. We teach online classes and local workshops of channeling, telepathy, and energy healing of self and others. Telepathy is an essential skill which will allow humanity to overcome deception, develop empathy, compassion, and understanding. Equally important is that telepathy and mind reading will end deception in politics and industry. Equally important is the development of diplomatic relations with extraterrestrials. We have established working relationships with friendly extraterrestrials and develop visitation programs for humans to visit their ships and worlds. We aim to establish settlements of humans in alien worlds and call them human colonies, abbreviated Hucolo. We promote the awakening of the public to the existence of extraterrestrials. We work to bring closer the time of open public contact with extraterrestrials and prepare the public for the work after productivity with them. Ultimately, we advocate the integration of humanity into the galactic society. For the last 4 years, our main activity is providing weekly webinars, streamed live, and open to the public for live participation. The recordings are published on the YouTube channel, Hucolo TV. By now, Hucolo TV has recorded 856 videos, totaling 570,000 views. The total watch time of our channel is 17 years. We also record our classes and local workshops. The working group consists of a core of 20 volunteers who offer programming to hundreds of members. Our channel has 3,000 subscribers. Our research into extraterrestrial cultures has also been published as books. We are expanding our collaboration with other channelers. From their mission statement, our mission is facilitate ascension, to help humanity to ascend, to spread the knowledge to humanity and support it in the ascension process, facilitate the contact, to develop the contact with extraterrestrials, to expand channeled communication with extraterrestrials, to expand the exchange of visitors with friendly extraterrestrials, to expand and support the human settlements and cultural exchange on the ships and bases of friendly extraterrestrials, to expand our knowledge about extraterrestrials, dimensions, and hybrids, to represent the humanity to the galaxy, collectively propose initiatives to the extraterrestrials, develop the community of emissaries, to invite and welcome friendly galactic visitors and missions, help people, to provide support and a friendly community to lightworkers, hybrids, starseeds, contactees, abductees, channelers, speakers of galactic languages, and other experiencers. Help lightworkers to connect each other and to facilitate the formation of the friendly network of people. Help lightworkers to communicate with galactic friends via channeling and directly. Help the development of telepathy and psychic abilities in this way to help the ascension process. Help benevolent hybrids to integrate into society. Help the society to integrate benevolent hybrids, and this way to help the ascension process. To assist meditation, healing, and self-healing practices. Spread the knowledge. Collect the knowledge via research, and by expanding the dialogue with galactic people via channeling, astral and physical visits. Spread the knowledge via conversations, books, internet, videos, webinars, hangouts, in-person gatherings, computer games, phone apps, poetry, songs, paintings, lectures, classes, performances, and other means. Okay, there's so much here, I don't know where to begin. First, I think maybe we should look at the frequently asked questions. Maybe that'll help me narrow it down. Ooh, never mind. It looks like they never set up the frequently asked questions page beyond the About Us page. But at the very least, we now have something to go off of. Let's look at this Gurk-Fitnir alliance. Starting off with this beautiful picture, it really captures what the Hucolo community is all about. The interdimensional communication system. I like how the aliens are not only 75,000 miles away in space, but also in the fourth dimension. Really makes the whole thing come together. And for the sake of honesty, the Gurk-Fitnir page seems to actually be gone, but luckily I had enough foresight to archive it so we can take a look at all of the beautiful pages that seem to have been lost to time. Let's start with their community page. Looking at the Gurk-Fitnir community page, we are proud to be a part of the biggest human-alien community on Earth. We began 4 years ago several communication and hybridization programs in full cooperation with our human friends. Our human friends form several online and in-person communities to share our messages and their extraterrestrial experiences. If you are interested to speak with and learn about us, you're invited to join our human community and follow the online webinars every weekend. Every week, the group is provided with information on the Earth situation, and we assist with their spiritual development. We hope we will see you in our human program, and you will be a part of our loving and spiritually advanced alien-human community. Our biggest online community and human hybridization program can be found at the website www.hucolo.org. We would suggest that you visit this site and watch our colony introduction video. Here, you will find a lot of loving people, live webinars, and recorded communications. You can speak directly with us and ask questions in our webinar events or request a private session. We cannot present ourselves in physical form due to your government's restrictions. We are currently in diplomatic contact with your Earth leaders and will not initiate direct interaction without their permission. As long as their rules are in place, we are restricted from visiting the surface of Earth, and we are limited to this form of communication. Please understand that if we would come to the surface, even with positive intentions, without your leaders' permissions, it would be seen as a planetary takeover attempt and create a disaster. We highly respect free will, diplomatic contacts, and the agreements you have in place. We have agreed to wait until the time when your government gives us their permission for direct physical contact. Our human friends have created many YouTube channels with alien messages, channelings, webinars, and open discussions. You can join these live streaming events or simply follow them on YouTube. As the community grows, the chance of the early first contact will increase. We love you all and wish to welcome you to the galactic community. To turn your race into a galactic society, you simply have to join and interact with us. We are looking forward to seeing you in our human programs. Continuing on, who are the Gargfitnir Alliance? We are a relatively small alliance. The alliance members are the Arcturians, Pleiadians, Lyrans, Findorians, Friendly Reptilians, and the Yahyel. We are all fourth-dimensional beings. We are a unique and independent alliance. However, we are working together with larger alliances such as the Galactic Federation of Light. We have chosen to interact with Earth more directly, as the galactic rules allow. Why are we here? We are here because we love you, and our passion is to help you to survive this timeline. We are here to support those individuals on your planet who accept our help. We cannot interact with those humans who reject the concept of benevolent extraterrestrial beings. Your government knows us, and we have meetings with them. They think most people are not prepared for an extraterrestrial interaction, and therefore they do not let us show ourselves or interact more directly with humanity. We are here to help you grow spiritually, supporting your ascension. Climate and weather stabilization. We have large cloaked motherships all over the world. We have, on each continent, 2 to 3 motherships. Their mission is to make your weather changes a bit smoother. We are trying to reduce the toxin pollution in your air and stabilize the radical and inclement weather patterns. We cannot fully subdue storms. But we can greatly buffer them to prevent significant damages. Volcanic and geological stabilization. We have the capability to deep scan your tectonic plate movement and volcanic activities. If we see that a strong earthquake is on the horizon, then we are there to immediately divide the tectonic tension into smaller and less harmful quakes. We have the tools to reduce the intensity of the earthquake. We cannot stop it, but just like with your weather, we can reduce the damage to your population. Radioactive pollution stabilization. You may not be aware of all of your government's nuclear programs. They have many. We are carefully watching all of your nuclear power plants and nuclear military programs. Once a radioactive spill begins, then it is in flux. This means that it is impossible to reverse completely. The best solution is to avoid any kind of radioactive pollution. 3 times, we have prevented a nuclear war. We minimize the effects of Fukushima and Chernobyl as well. As long as humanity refuses to acknowledge our existence, we must do all of this work invisibly. Once humanity accepts us, then we can work together with you all, which will be much more effective. Preparing the public first contact. Since the 1920s, your government and military industrial sectors have been creating covert alien alliances and secret space programs. The human race has already established itself on the Moon, Mars, and even far beyond the solar system. Only a very small percent of your people are aware of this. We wish for all of you to have this knowledge. Open contact draws ever nearer. Prior to this, humanity must decide as a collective whole whether or not to accept the existence of extraterrestrials. In order to better assist you with your planetary issues, you will need to consciously request and ask for our assistance. By the way things have been going, we are anticipating first contact to occur by 2030. This is our most optimistic assumption. We would like to provide different programs for you and a community where you can grow and help others. Human hybridization programs. Here, we proudly share the results of our successful human hybridization program. We currently have over 700 human volunteers who have agreed to donate and receive our DNA. The goal of this program is to accelerate your evolution and spiritual growth. We can achieve this by giving each human-alien DNA infusions of around 7 to 15% from various compatible alien species. Those who receive alien genetic infusions will have access to more of their brain's potential. This includes creativity, intelligence, psychic abilities, advanced thought patterns, and much more. As we receive more volunteers and resulting data, we learn more about how best to work with human genetics and what the effects of infusions are. The people who have received infusions are growing faster spiritually, and they will be able to help the rest of humanity in the transition to becoming a spacefaring society, in alliance with other extraterrestrial races. Human education programs. Every human who participates in our hybridization program will also have the opportunity to frequently visit our colonies through astral projection and holographic technology. We have several fourth-dimensional areas where we provide education for those individuals who join our program. The following is a summary of our program's curriculum. Telepathy, meditation, channeling, energy healing, alien languages, alien technology, spiritual and psychic abilities, sports, arts and games, health and nutrition, Earth and galactic history, galactic cultures, meeting with other alien beings, and creating videos for mass dissemination during open contact. There are a lot of possibilities, and every individual will find a class or activity in our program which is the most beneficial for them. Human Health Program and Advanced Surgery Support. We would like to offer to humanity our medical knowledge. We would like to teach your race the fourth-dimensional medical knowledge. We are doing our best to acquire permission from your governments to take up individuals who require critical medical attention. On board our ships, we have medical facilities that can quickly and easily treat nearly any human condition with no lasting side effects. We would like to offer our help to those individuals who need it. At this time, your governments have refused site-to-site physical transportation of voluntary humans, and as we are seeking to create positive relations with them, we must respect their wishes. Public and private channeling sessions and webinars. We are not permitted to show ourselves to the public, but we can speak to you in a different way. There are many channelers who are able and willing to channel our messages publicly. In this way, we can speak to you and share our knowledge. Our human friends have recorded many of these channelings and also offer private sessions. Here, you can find all the necessary links to join these groups. Exopolitical help and military protection against the outworld attacks. Every month, there are thousands of alien visitations to Earth. Unfortunately, not every species has positive intentions. Our alliance is in cooperation with the Galactic Federation of Light, who is providing covert diplomatic and military protection for Earth. We do our best to inform all alien visitors of Galactic Federation rules and regulations put in place for your benefits. Okay, that was a lot. Galactic Federation, space alliances, helping people with weather. But probably the most interesting thing I saw in there was the hybridization process. So let's take a look at some of those, since there are some posts back on the Hucolo community website that might give us a better idea of what hybridization is like. Who are the hybrid children? The hybrid children are a genetic blend of human and extraterrestrial DNA. At the moment, the children reside in a different dimension, but they will begin arriving on Earth in the relatively near future. They're excited about coming, and we, the parents, can't wait for their arrival. Everyone involved in the hybridization program, whether he or she remembers here in physical reality, made a soul agreement before coming into this lifetime to take part in the agenda to awaken humankind to our infinite expressions and to reunite us with our galactic family. During the hybridization program, 5 hybrid races were created, including the Shalinaya and the Asasani civilizations. The Shalinaya, those who will come first, will be the first to make open contact with Earth. Their ship, known as the Phoenix Lights, was seen across the state of Arizona in March of 1997. Our immediate genetic hybrid children, known as the Freelancers, are hitching a ride with the Shalinaya and are with them on their ships. This group of children are not a part of a hybrid civilization. They'll be a part of our human civilization. When our immediate human children mix with these hybrids, we will become the 6th hybrid race, galactic humans. Many parents communicate in dream time with their children. Some shift dimensions when they are asleep to aid and assist the children with lessons they will need in order to acclimate to our society. Humans 101. Looking at their forum, we see a couple of posts about the hybrid children. Let's read over some of those. Starting with this one here, the hybrid children are already here, and some have grown up. My name is a secret. But today, I am 23 years old. When Bashar talked about the hybrid children arriving on Earth in 1997, I was 1 year old. Yes, I am a real hybrid. There is now a website called hybridportal.ga where hybrids who grew up on Earth may register. Are you one of those hybrids? If you are above 18 years old today, you may register to our website. Who are the hybrids of Earth? The hybrids of Earth are all unique. No one is like the other. Myself, I am a hybrid. My mind is like a supercomputer. But more of that I wish not to say. My siblings' eyes are larger than average. Mine are the most average-sized ones. I was told I was a hybrid in an abduction. They showed me my skull and said it was special, for it looked like an alien skull. My skin color is greenish-white, nothing like the shade of my adoptive Earth parents. My hands are extremely long, so are my feet. My body structure is so different. I was embarrassed about it for years, and I still am today. I am not human. I am a rare hybrid. The program to introduce us to you is slow. It was secret. I know the Zetans expected me to help the program go much faster. Unfortunately, I am dying today, but one day we will all unite. Planet Earth is the only planet of superiority, in my opinion. Another older post, Hybrid Thoughts. Okay, I was surprised yesterday when Tucker said I have another hybrid in incubation. This is fine. I just sometimes wish it was more obvious when they ask me in my head about it. What happens for each time they ask me something during my 3D day hours is that I get just thoughts about these things in my head and think to myself, would I want any more hybrids, etc.? But this is them obviously asking me questions. But I don't know that. But I'm realizing now it is. They've done it before with the colonies when I first joined HC. I really wanted to go, but didn't know. I said I was too busy to go anyway. This was obviously them asking me at the time, as it was confirmed in a channeling with Clover from the colonies. I remember sitting in my car just thinking, I wonder why they haven't asked me. Then thinking, I'm too busy anyway. So my request to them is, please, can you make it more obvious that I'm answering a question, rather than thinking it's my own thoughts? I also wanted to say that I don't mind donating to the Hybrid Project. They can take as many from me as they like, as long as the other parties or species aren't pushed into doing something. So I also wonder about the species that are involved. Do the species totally volunteer, or is it something they have to do? I'd love to know the alien parents' views on this. How do they find the hybrid children as they are growing up? How different are they compared to their own? Is it better for them to be brought up on a planet as opposed to the spaceship, etc.? What are the end result plans for these hybrids? Will they all end up on Earth at some point? LOL. I feel like I'm a concerned mother at the moment. I might add to this, as it's my mind at the moment anyway. So as I was researching more into the hybridization program, apparently it only ran for a short time in 2014. The only thing I have on this is an old post that I had to find an archive of. Posted in February of 2014, I propose to invite volunteers for resuming the hybridization program. Dear Disdu, I realize now that the closure of the hybridization program by Gerg Fitnir was for real. That it was active until about the September of this year, and that the program was sacrificed with the purpose of facilitating coming open contact. It was my conversation with Tucker, Lakesh, and Edmund that helped me understand the scope of the change and the potential for resuming the program. If I knew more detail about its activity and closure, I could advise you earlier, but it is only now that I have reached sufficient understanding to come up with a solution. Proposal. I suggest to resume the hybridization program on volunteer basis. The human volunteer donors of genetic material should be consulted, provided sufficient information, and given informed consent. Motivations. Why would humans volunteer to provide their genetic material? There could be many reasons. 1. Great many humans wish to have children, but cannot have them. For example, some humans are not healthy enough, some don't have enough income, some don't have a mate and cannot find one, and some are too old. Some have all of the above and do have children, but would be happy to have more children, and would consent to have them brought up off-planet. 2. Many light workers would be motivated by the goals of the hybridization program, A. To bring more of advanced genes to Earth and have hybrids down here. B. To create new hybrid races. C. To infuse human genes into other hybrid races. 3. Many humans would be happy for their hybrid children to be brought up in friendly ET cultures. 4. Other reasons. Consent. While many light workers would be willing to donate their genetic material, they and great many other humans will be concerned about circumstances. It is very important to address these concerns up front, so the consent would be given fully informed. These are the consequences which the donors would need to know for the conformed consent. Health and suffering. What are the chances that the child will die prematurely? What are the chances the child will be living with disabilities? How the child will be treated if it happened to have disabilities? In which culture would the child be raised? What would be general rights of the child? Will it be third or fourth dimension? Which special abilities will the child have? Who will be other parents contributing their DNA to this child? Which races of other parents? How will the process of donation of genetic material occur? Will it be painful? Will it be damaging for health? Will the donor be allowed to keep the memories of the process? Will it include beaming of the donor's physical body to the ship? Will surgery be involved? Will this affect future ability for the donor to produce children and have pleasure from sex? In the past, many abductees were traumatized by painful semen or egg extractions. 6. What will be the option for further contact with the child? 7. Duration of the commitment, one donation or multiple, of conditions for discontinuing the donations of the genetic material. It is needed for the volunteers to be able to stop donating the genetic material at any time they wish. 8. As the project evolves, I am sure other typical questions will arise. Some parents, or a parent, could donate, with full informed consent, an embryo at early stages of development. For some, this could be a humane way to do an abortion. For others, there could be other reasons, listed above, under motivations. Implications. The project, if started, would redeem much of the negative history of the past hybridization program. This would be a very healing experience for all cultures involved. There could be an rise in opposition to this, but since it is a voluntary activity, which is hard to trace, I believe negative cultural implications on Earth would be minimal, while positive implications would be much greater. Cheers and light, Max. So apparently the hybrid program used to exist, but doesn't anymore, but they still advertise that it does exist on the website. It's a mess, and I'm not entirely sure what's true and what's not. Alright, and that's all well and good, but I feel like I've been beating around the bush. I feel like there hasn't been enough to Kerr in this video. I promised he would be in it, and I feel like I haven't shown him enough. So instead of me explaining it, let me have Kerr himself give a little bit of an explanation as to what exactly the Hucolo community is to you.
Greetings, people of the Earth. My name is Kerr. I am part of an alliance called Grukviknir. We are an alliance of 6 alien species. These species contain Arcturians, Lyrans, Pleiadians, Hucolo, Thandorians, and friendly reptilians. We are here to help the Earth with its situations and to help it rise spiritually. We are also here to help with Earth situations such as seismic, volcanic, and weather. If you will take notice that there have been many times when the weathers have been very difficult, but not very many people have been harmed. This is because we are taking people out of harm's way so that we might be able to help humanity in any way that we can. Now, our greatest mission is to help humans rise and to reach their goal of the next step in evolution, which is to have telepathic energies and communications. Telepathic energies and communications means that whenever you greet someone, you will know exactly how they feel and know what kind of frame of mind they are in at that time. This is very helpful to know, for you can help them with their frame of mind and with their energy. You can also, it will also help the Earth to calm down in the sense that if somebody is in a harsh mood, that mood will be felt by all, and everyone will be able to help calm it down internally to externally. Do you understand?
Okay, I think that's enough. This video keeps going and it's actually kind of long, and I'm not going to subject you to the whole thing. And honestly, this was about where I was originally for the video. But as I was recording, I actually stumbled on a different rabbit hole. Remember how the Hucolo site mentioned that they were part of the alliance with the Gergfitnir and the Galactic Federation of Light? Well, as I was recording one of the sections, I just so happened to Google the Galactic Federation of Light just to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I just so happened to have my initial reaction saved from when I did that Googling. And let me just play for you what my initial reaction was. Hold on, I don't want to leave anything out. Galactic Federation Light. Of course there's a website. Oh no. No! It's a drop shipping website. They're just reselling stuff from China with their alien stuff on it. No! Oh no. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, what are Lyrans? Oh yes, please. Oh no. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, dropshipping is a type of business where people directly purchase goods from factories in China for dirt cheap, and then resell them on their own website for a significantly higher price. Most of the successful dropshippers will also usually put their branding on the products. The brand Gymshark is probably the best example of doing this successfully. And while I do find the idea that the Galactic Federation of Light is just a dropshipping business to be incredibly funny, their get-rich-quick scheme isn't what's interesting to me. I want to hear more about Takur, and specifically his race of alien catmen, the Lyrans. And the Federation has me covered. Now, to be fair, I have no idea if this website is actually supposed to be affiliated with the Hucolo community directly, or if they just so happen to have the name Galactic Federation of Light that the Hucolo community is supposedly an alliance of, and they just happen to use the same name in alien lore. But anyway, let me go ahead and read their post about Lyrans. Am I a Lyran starseed? 16 attributes, mission, and origins. Who are the Lyrans? Are you a Lyran starseed? Discover the answers to these questions and more. Lyran starseeds originate from the Lyran star system in the northern night sky. When the Draconians destroyed their world, they wandered the galaxy in search of hospitable worlds in which they could reincarnate. Finally, they arrived here on planet Earth, mixing with Earth souls and carrying out their support mission. Below, you will find the most telling signs that you have a Lyran soul, and receive a debriefing about Lyran starseed's mission. What is a Lyran starseed? Meaning and definition. A Lyran starseed is a highly intelligent, evolved soul from Vega, the brightest star in the Lyra constellation. After the Draconian conquest of the Lyra star system, Lyran starseeds incarnated in many other star systems before making their way to planet Earth. The two most common places of refuge for Lyrans after the way included Sirius and the Pleiades. On Earth, a Lyran starseed is a human being with a Lyran soul. Because the Lyrans started one of the galaxy's oldest cultures, many Lyran starseeds self-identify as ancient souls, sometimes during their formative years. As an advanced spiritual being, a Lyran starseed feels at ease on our planet. The endless wars, natural disasters, and human shortcomings do not alter the Lyran starseed's mission. History of the Lyran race, starseed origins. The Lyran species descended from feline starseeds, and served as the original stewards of ancient knowledge. The Lyra constellation in which they first lived is shown on star maps as a lyre. In some cases, a map may depict it as a vulture or an eagle carrying a lyre. Oftentimes, stargazers refer to the constellation as the falling vulture or falling eagle. The Draconians destroyed the Lyran civilization. During the brutal Draco-Lyran War, in which 50 million Lyrans perished, the resulting spiritual exodus to, and assimilation with other solar systems contributed to a significant rise in the number of spiritual beings with mixed starseed origins. 16 common Lyran starseed traits. Are you a Lyran starseed? Lyran starseeds share several dozen characteristics, with former members of the ancient Lyran race. Some of them relate to the physical body, while others pertain to the spirit. Find the 16 common Lyran starseed traits below. Number 1. Trust the process. Lyran starseeds know that physical and spiritual parts of their lives will turn out even better than they imagine. This confidence contributes to a Lyran's inner strength, providing a deep sense of the true nature of the universe. You likely revert to a pure state of flow after taking the reins for brief moments in your life. Although Lyran starseeds prefer to go with the flow, that does not mean they are not strong-willed. You probably pick your spots when asserting yourself after careful consideration. Whether you let the universe sweep you along or seize control at crucial junctures in your spiritual journey, you perform well due to an unshakable faith deep inside of you. Demonstrate restraint. Lyran starseeds may feel as passionate as other races, but they have an unflinching poker face and almost never make a hasty move. Where some of the spiritual beings mentioned in my other starseed posts might jump into action immediately, Lyrans will carefully deliberate before proceeding. Due to the fact that Lyran starseeds incarnated on Vega long before the rest of us, they show incredible patience. They are further along in their spiritual evolution, and have no need for haste, except in the most dire of circumstances. Extreme sports. Despite their calm demeanor, Lyran starseeds love the human form and enjoy pushing the physical body to the limit. Many Lyrans participate in extreme sports, professionally or as a hobby. Your adventurous nature might drive you to try rock climbing, skydiving, hand gliding, and other types of physical activity. You love to read stories about dangerous journeys, survival situations, and explore of space and the ocean. Old soul. Lyran starseeds are old souls. While in human form, most Lyrans experience vivid dreams of past lives on other planets. Old Lyran souls command respect with their steady countenances and ancient wisdom. Most Lyrans have experienced dozens of reincarnation cycles on different planets, so it makes sense that they often behave as though they have seen it all. One of the most admirable Lyran starseed abilities is how they accept life as it comes to them and continue moving forward. They have a strong sense of what can be changed and what is set in stone. Number 5. Healing abilities. As the earliest keepers of ancient knowledge, Lyrans acquired many gifts, including the power to heal. People who are suffering feel drawn to you. Even inanimate objects that are broken seem to find their way into your life. As a result, your life can become exceedingly distracting, leaving you with several missed calls in a room full of incomplete projects. Lyrans once healed themselves and others within the Lyran star system before being forced to leave. Now Lyran starseeds can heal people physically, spiritually, and psychologically. Number 6. Healthy skepticism. As ancient souls that have lived in multiple star systems, Lyran starseeds remain skeptical of new information until they have received additional proof. Their souls have been following along since ancient history and have witnessed it all. Your deep perspective on most issues keeps you focused on the truth and undistracted by external circumstances. Sometimes, people misunderstand a Lyran starseed skepticism as cynicism, but Lyrans merely wish to gain a full understanding of the topic of conversation. With supernatural psychic abilities, Lyran starseeds can access the Akashic records, open someone's entire chakra system, sniff out well-hidden lies, and more. A Lyran starseed who has been brought up to ignore intuition may detect lies as well, as they otherwise could. Unlearning anything that separates you from your intuition is key to rediscovering your lost abilities. Because Lyrans notice that everyone lies, they sometimes cloister themselves at home in an attempt to be self-sufficient and avoid the obvious deceptions. Number 8. Powerful chakras. Your sacral and root chakras dominate your chakra system. Because your sacral chakra remains so strong, you have well-developed sexuality, express yourself creatively and artistically, and demonstrate high emotional intelligence. Your powerful root chakra provides a stable base, keeping you grounded and balanced. It also boosts your confidence as you navigate the world because it makes you feel safe and secure. You benefit from an unshakable inner fortitude founded on stability of your sacral and root chakras. Number 9. History buff. Because Lyran starseeds come from one of the universe's most ancient civilizations, they often express their love for history, archaeology, and antiquities. You might excel in your history classes, collect antiques, or even partake in metal detecting as a hobby. You value wisdom more than intelligence and talent. You constantly search for ancient wisdom in esoteric texts, banned books, and holy scriptures. Number 10. Magic and the supernatural. As a Lyran starseed, you love divination and supernatural occurrences. Staying in touch with your spiritual side keeps you connected with all different parts of yourself. Lyrans often possess telepathic gifts and like to dabble in tarot card reading, crystal ball reading, and palm reading. They like to explore places with deep spiritual significance and feel at home in these settings. Possessing a close connection to the element of fire, Lyran starseeds also love to practice candle magic. 11. Manifestation expert. Coming from an ancient civilization and building upon several millennia of experience and culture, Lyran starseeds function at a higher frequencies. This ability gives them a deep understanding of the spiritual world, the physical world, and how they both work. Lyran starseeds can manifest almost anything they ask from the universe. Aspects of your love life, work life, and personal life often align with what you had to manifested. In fact, sometimes you that feel whatever you casually mention even comes true. Contentment within. Lyran starseeds find joy in the little things. They do not care about possessions, fame, or other worldly pursuits. Lyrans are happy with their own company and will deny their ego to achieve inner peace. Their temporary existence as humans makes Lyrans curious about and fascinated by the human world. They revel in a simple, wholesome type of happiness, choosing not to dwell on negativity. 13. Love a good challenge. Lyrans love to test their abilities. Their high intelligence and keen intuition push them to test boundaries so that they can see how far their 3D human forms can go. During their leisure times, Lyran starseeds like to work on puzzles and riddles. They also like to help others work through dilemmas. They believe their minds stay sharp if they keep using it. When the Draconians destroyed the Lyran planet, the Lyran people had to flee and find refuge in other solar systems. They had to reinvent themselves and adapt to other ecosystems. This adaptation gave them the inner strength and a high sense of alertness, so they always look for new challenges. 14. Innate leadership skills are a common Lyran characteristic because Lyrans are strategic, ambitious, and strong-willed. They aspire to high positions in governments, corporations, and places of worship. Part of what drives a Lyran starseed to lead is the desire to help others become self-sufficient. Instinctively, they know that anyone's whole life can be turned upside down in an instant. The level of self-sufficiency often determines whether a person can recover or not. 15. Attract people. Lyran starseeds give off vibes of quiet confidence and calmness, so most people feel comfortable around them. You will attract people wherever you go, because almost everyone takes a liking to you. Although others feel drawn towards you, you do not seek attention. On the contrary, you prefer to stay out of the limelight. You may even wish to come across as modest. You prefer the company of a 1 or 2 friends rather than large parties, and you remain equally happy by yourself. This self-assertiveness makes people trust you. 16. Frustrated with the third dimension. As robust manifestors, Lyrans get frustrated when things do not go their way, an exception to their otherwise serene inner life. Sometimes, Lyran starseeds forget they exist in a 3D world, which means manifestations take time to come to fruition on the physical plane. The Lyrans' overall excellence makes them accustomed to learning quickly and seeing immediate results. They can work at full speed for days if they feel inspired. When they find themselves in that state of mind, the pitfalls and hang-ups of the third dimension exacerbate a Lyran starseed. So that explains our buddy Takur. And in case you're curious, they have an article for every alien species that the Hucolo community mentions, just like this one. This is actually a very deep rabbit hole. As I explored this website, I just kept being linked to various other articles and websites. There's seemingly a massive network of people selling courses, products, webinars, and various other things that nobody ever really talks about. Like I said, I look up the Hucolo community on the internet, and there's almost nothing being talked about them. And while I do find the whole alien lore to be hilarious, I have to be frank. Usually the people who are drawn to the alien or reptilian conspiracy theories aren't the most well-adjusted people out there. And I can't help but feel that they're kind of being taken advantage of, like the schizophrenic woman at my old job. And I think my conclusion of the Hucolo community as a whole was correct. At best, they're con men taking advantage of the mentally ill, and at worst, they're occults leading people further into their own delusions. But with that, we've reached the end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. It means the most, and I really appreciate it. I'm sorry, but this one is probably going to be a lot shorter than most of my other videos. I just wanted to get something quick out before the holidays, and I hope you appreciate it. I seriously doubt this is going to be the last thing I have to say on the Hucolo community and alien cults as a whole, just because of how deep of a rabbit hole this goes. So think of this as an introduction, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you some more weird stuff from the internet as well. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing occult or paranormal or other weird style of video. This isn't me trying to pivot away from something. I do still plan to continue doing that in the future, and if you want to see that and videos like this, then go ahead and let me know in the comments. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. If you made it this far, again, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video later. 7. Can spot liars. With supernatural psychic abilities, Lyran starseeds can access the Akashic records.